I got hurt. I think some things were dislocated and anything, but God miraculously healed me. After 3 days, everything was okay, almost to back to the normal. So God again asked me to go to swim. I I kind of bought a suit, and I was afraid. I couldn't. The water was so cold, and I was so afraid. It was a river, and then God told me, and God another day called me and say, at this time, at at the exact time at 6, just go there and make it. So the next time I got ready, I ate good, I practiced a lot and everything. And when I went to water, I just shook off. But I went through the pot of water and tried to swim and know the force of the water. Just try it. And then I failed again. It's like 4 times. I failed them five. I have denied them about the water for 5 times. And and the day just finally came that it was so hard to fight the river water, and I was afraid I was going to die, and I was so afraid, and and, and I just denied it. And the other days he just told me he told me to get out of around 12 or 11 at night, and he told me to go to some place that I didn't even know, but pretty much I know that my way back. I didn't go that far, and God told me to walk through some houses. So I only have the avenue and the street address, and I went through some houses, and I ended up being in the park alone, and I knelt down and prayed. And God took me to these quiet places for me to pray, and I was really expecting him something, and I still see something on the sky, a star moving. The star just moves, I don't know why. And I decided not to see it anymore, because I don't know. I prayed there, went out, and when I went out, I saw the moon. The moon was half, and it was yellowish. And God said, God, I think, told me the state of the earth. You know, when the moon is fully red, that's the end. But now the moon is turning yellow to orangish kind of thing, and it's getting scary. And then I thanked them for everything he done, and I went back home. And God reveals to me this kind of things by His mercy, not because I'm deserving, just because I'm just nothing. I don't know why He even shows me these kind of things. I'm not deserving of anything. And then after that, and then the day came that I have to swim, and I was using floppers. And then this day I decided to go for it, and I went for it. And I was so tired by the middle of it, I couldn't make it across to the other side. It was so I was tired in the middle of it. I thought I was gonna I couldn't move to the other side. I could not move my way to the middle so I could reach the inside, and some kind of bird came while I was still struggling and saw me. I kinda saw it, and he really saw me. It was a different kind of birds that I never ever saw in my life. And I cried out to him and said, God, I can't do it. And then he just fly away, and I got grip on it, so I tried my way to swim to the end. And in the middle of it, I was so tired, I couldn't breathe. And my suit was so tightened up because the water is so cold. And I couldn't, I just tried my best. It was like a dead in life to me. I was screaming in agony. I was like saying, ugh, Jesus. When I called up his name and tried to swim, like something really pushed me. And then I just started to say Jesus, but I couldn't say Jesus because my agony was better. And finally, I don't know how I made it, but I don't think it's by my own strength. I don't know how I ended up there. I thought I was going to die. I just went to the end, and I have to catch my breath for 5 other minutes because I was so tired. And I realized that the suit was so, it tightened me too much that I couldn't even breathe, that I have to hold it up. It was a full suit. And of course, I kind of walked the park with the full suit and with flappers, and people laughing at me. Some biker just laughed at me. It was uncomfortable for me to wear a suit, anyways. But I kind of made it, and I was happy. And then God called me on the. I was supposed to go to some other place and told me to go through highways. And he told me to go through highways before too. I forgot to tell you about when I was at work before I got out. If I go through the highway, it's 5 minutes, which is completely illegal. But if I go the proper way, it takes about 15 minutes to go to work, or 10 minutes. So one day he told me to go for it, and I was scared for my life. And then I was running to the proper way, which takes the longer route. And God called me with the bird voice. It was like white bird voice, like those birds which are on the beach. And there were a lot of them. And he told me to go there, to go back to the highway. So I kind of went back to the highway, and I kind of made it safe. In God's mercy, not in my own nothing, just in God's mercy, I made it safe. And I was so thankful for it, and I got to work early. I even got a little minutes time to spare, and that's because of God's mercy. And God have told me to go out there a couple times too, to jump and cross the highways. Sometimes they are scary. So on this particular day, let me get back to it. After crossing the water, God told me to go to other highway, which I really feared, which he told me to go the first time, and I saw the cars moving, and they were so fast. There were barely a gap for me to go in and make it, so I was really, really scared, and I used to have nightmares on them. I think God wanted me, my fear is, what if God changed my life? I mean, what if I get hurt and I couldn't trust him? But at this particular day, I was motivated to trust him because I crossed the water through his mercy, and I kind of crossed the highway, and it was a piece of cake. And God told me to use my knowledge to cross it. It was a piece of cake, and after that, God called me out again and told me to hang on the train. So while hanging on the train, I was scared because the train started moving so fast, and I could not jump again because I've jumped before and hurt myself. And I cried out, and I never cried to God like that day before on the train. I cried, and the further I cried, the further I go. So finally, I decided to let go and jump, and I jumped, and I think I was going 60 miles per hour or 40 miles, but I kind of fell on face first. It was really bad, injured, injury. Uh, I kind of walked and I kind of saw an eagle, a crow fighting an eagle, saying, "You got some on your back." And I tried to walk blameless because it's easier to blame God, but I tried to walk blameless, and God said He would heal me miraculously, and I was going again in our road. Way back, the train have taken me so far that I have to walk for an hour back to the place, and I have to go to the hospital because I cannot move my wrists. My wrist has been badly damaged. I thought it was broken, and my face, this scar, you cannot see it, but scar on my face, and